So, quick demo. You guys should be able to see me in there, red, orange, and yellow guy. And I usually make the, look at, they're just beating me to all my lines already. So normally I make the joke, especially when I got mainly females in front of me, that yes, I'm the hottest thing inside the frame right now. So thank you. With that said, my wife hates that joke, but we're going to move on. So we're looking for cold spots. They're going to be blue and black in this particular frame. What I will tell you is we're always going to have blue and black. I want it to move or to take shape. When I say take shape, I want heads and shoulders, moving arms and legs. Like, those are the types of things we will find with this. So some of you are looking at like, oh crap, he's serious. Yeah, we're going to be using a FLIR camera. So this is what firemen would use to actually help save people. This is not a phone app you guys can go home and download, just so you guys have that idea. There is also a blue dot bouncing around the screen that is there for you. It is there to help guide your eye to show you the coldest spot in the frame at that particular moment. It is 82 degrees out here for us tonight. I'm looking for 15 plus degree temperature drops. That's 68 and below. So yeah, it is warm for sure. But with that, it's kind of there to just help guide your eye. Does this capture something every single night? Not necessarily. But when we do, it is a holy cow moment. I will put that out there. Love this camera. And again, it's the legit thing. So I'm going to stop.
Let me get my
Yes, please. Unmute that thing. Just get it up and running. So whenever you get a full row at the bottom, and you can't make anything out of it, you're going to reset it.
phone.
Am I hot?
Yes.
Whenever it goes to the left, right.
I forget what I'm supposed to say. So I think it's like a bit. Your father.
What do you hear?
I heard 8 heartbeat. I'm not hearing anything except static. The weekend.
Hey.
I don't want to know. I heard no con too.
supposed to look for 2.5.
Yeah. To that same spot with Jackson. It thinks I'm in danger. It just
Call
said,
911.
call 911.
Where were we at?
Frick. No, the only thing I got from it, it said no after I asked what happened to the kids. Why? He didn't. What happened? What color is the house? Okay. See? You got this. You got this. You gotta work with me here. What color was the house? Are you getting anything?
You've got that.
But you're gonna have.
Bro, I don't know.
It really likes how you see this. It was green. I've gotten D twice. What color is the house? M? You're not making sense here, bud. Oh, more? Oh my gosh. I've gotten like 4 in a row. It was misty.
I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing.
D? STD?
Get you on video. Get you on video. What? What?
I don't know what to ask.
Bro, what are your questions?
I don't know. You can give me like a list or something.
He told you.
I'm not memorizing all those. There was like 20. Don't. But you gotta work with me, man. How old are you?
How's it going?
What?
How's it going?
All I heard was, I don't want to know.
Well,
Like, it's just staticky music.
She's getting a lot of music. She's got
But
one
it's all
lyric that said,
staticky. I can barely hear it.
she's got one lyric that said, you don't want to
Said,
know.
I don't know. Or I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
What's your name? It's normally not about the gender. So you tell me you heard a male voice. Until I can.
I heard both.
But again, that doesn't matter to me. It could be Eliza telling me something about her.
Well played. Well played. Yes. Try that on that a little bit, just to kind of give you a little bit more growth to it.
Have you heard anything like
I just heard interlude.
Oh my gosh. How did they know? I got damn and blue. That's a real stretch. Anything Paul Jackson?
are you cold?
I'm very cold.
No, you're not.
Q was really bad though. Let's ask some more questions. What color was your house? See? You're not really giving me this spot.
Bruh, I got nothing. Actually, Dad, you're the coldest thing on the camera. And the ground over there.
Maybe I'm the ghost.
We're at 12.4. Yeah.
Jackson, anything going on crazy with your camera yet?
Nothing.
Yeah, nice and slow, man. And again, this isn't always a real-time thing. It's about, because I send those videos to YouTube, and you got somebody going in their car behind you. Just kind of keep that in mind. So that way you guys can watch them however you want to. And then I just watch them on a computer screen. So again, it's not always a real-time moment. So if I'm following up with all the communication device people first, before you, that's the reason why.
Yeah.
So just so you know, between your and Jennifer's device, that's kind of how that goes. Any other crazy numbers, Jay?
Another 100, but
Another 100?
look better.
I just want to learn about some haunted deaths. I'm not trying to do this. I'm trying to do it.
Already got a bug bite.
You did? He said this is quality content.
These are some creepy accordion. No, violin. Oops. Wrong
I'm so
instrument.
tired. You want to just lay here and go to sleep in the ghost parking lot?
Go all here. Show you how this goes. We have a couple of things going on. So let's bring everybody back to the wall. Get a quality.
I say we just like message the guy and tell him like ask it a question and be like, tell him, God, it told me the year 1792.
Anything else coming out of yours? Going to? Perfect. So these groups will combine. They'll be staring at you just so you know you're all weirdos. That's kind of how this works. Yeah, I know, right? So this is where the duels used to occur for at least some of them for the city of Charleston. So just let me know when this group starts to come up behind me. So we all tell that same story at the same duel. So let's kind of get into it. So there's a doctor that moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you in the spirit box are still listening and not listening to me, if you hear the song lyrics of Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name, and we get it here all the time. Just so you guys have that idea. By the way, so Lola, you're going to be looking for the initials RI because of Rhode Island, and it's going to make more sense once I get a little bit further. So, yeah, so you want to crank it up. Nice and cool tonight, right?
Ghost down there.
Alright, guys, let's circle up. Alright, so, by the way, I'm not going to be able to take you all the way through this alley. I have been kicked out of here. We're going to talk about that because it's actually the funny part of our entire, adventure down here. But back to our doctor friend. He comes down here from Rhode Island because he's supposed to get married to...
R.A.
You don't want this guy. The middle one. We just want the one on the left. You had the second.
I did do the left.
Yeah, but the one in the middle was also one. We don't want that one because it's temperature gauge, so any kind of breeze goes by, it makes it go off.
Okay.
Alright, so he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So, she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash that she just got, and the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. What did you say? 73. No, but remind me to write down 73. I don't know what it means, but I'll find out. It's a very specific number. Yeah. So, but anyway, Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not just after Amanda's money. He's going to start his practice down here and make his own. So as he's coming into town, a coachman brought him in and set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to this day in Charleston. Somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen. His name was Ralph Isaacs. I'm going to stop there because of Lola's device. It's exactly why we have it. Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from. Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. So again, the letters RI were showing up on regular spirit boxes all the time. I bought the Ouija board device to see if we were going to actually get those specific letters, and we have. So in the past 6 months, I can count on one hand how many times this actually occurred, but I'm giving Ralph's part of the history. So is everything okay over there, Tammy? I know you kind of jumped on the phone real quick. Is everything all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone lost a wallet earlier. It has been found.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure everything was okay and it wasn't a person you guys needed to rush out for.
Nope.
So back to Dr. Ladd. Him and Ralph Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from those friends of mine and you'll be safe and good to go. Doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. His medical practice is taking off. He's proving his point that he's not just after Amanda's money. So Dr. Ladd becomes known as the Whistling Doctor because Amanda's moving down and they're going to get married. So she got wind that he's making more money. So she's good to go. I will tell you that every haunted city you're ever going to visit in the future has a cliched whistling ghost, as do we. We actually, ours just happens to be a doctor. I'm just going to point that out. But at any rate, back to Ralph and the Dr. Ladd. They go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats than Ralph. So they talk about these plays on the way home. And one night they go see Richard III from Shakespeare, and they're arguing over the new actress that actually was in town. The doctor thought she was great. Ralph did not. So they start arguing, but then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It gets very ugly. They go their separate ways. Ralph has friends around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper and tells them to put an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society, slap, slap with a glove, right? So the doctor saw the ad, but rebuttal lifted. Let's just go to Doomer's Alley. Let's settle this once and for all. So they came down, they took their 10 paces, they turned. The doctor pointed his gun in the air, and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight, which is often what happens at a duel for those of you that have seen Hamilton. But anyway, Ralph has his one bullet. He actually puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor doesn't die, but he falls to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment on November 2nd of 1786. So when you said 73, I'm like, hang on a minute, let me do the quick math. So yeah, 1786 was the year that he passed away. He refused medical treatment because you have to remember that this guy's a doctor, and gunshot wounds in 1786 were a lot different than what we know now. So he probably just tried to bleed out the blood wound himself from the lead poisoning. So every ghost tour, including the two that we've already seen down here, will tell their guests to stop and listen for the whistles. Why I told the video cameras to go ahead and get those things up and running is I also have a voice recorder on. Their cameras are also recording audio. If the whistle will be there, it's going to be on there. You don't have to listen intently for it. If you're going to try to do this on your own and go through to the end of the alley, turn on your voice recorders from your phones and listen to it later. See if you have it in the background. What I will tell you is I can't take you all the way through here. And by the way, if you're listening to it, I want you to keep in mind that every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every single night when I'm done with your guys' staff. So anyway, we're going to let these folks pass through, and then I'm going to tell you how I got booted out of here, because that's the fun part. Tammy can't wait for it. She's over there giggling already.
I got another I. I got R-I. And then I got 3 I's.
Is say R-I next to each other? I love it. So, do you have any words that showed up at the same time? No? Alright, so here's how I got booted out. And I usually wait for the people to pass through just in case they're the neighbors. Because they're the ones that booted me out of here. Alright. Alright, so this alley didn't always go all the way through this way. So, right about where Jay was taking his phone call, there used to be a wall right there. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock from the city of Charleston. They had to block them in. This used to be called Cow Alley. You get the word cow down here a lot, believe it or not, on your spirit boxes. But anyway, that means the bricks on the other side of the alley, all the way down by Queen Street, are older than the bricks we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there, along with fingerprint swipes on the other side. What I will tell you is I used to take my groups all the way through here, and I would show it off simply because we all need to see how far we've come away from slavery here in the South. This is what we do. So, one night, November 26th of 2020, I took my group all the way to the end. They're all huddled around that brick, waiting for something to happen. I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there. That's the last place you're going to find him. However, I'm trying to shoot him along because it's also outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was just trying to be respectful to the house there, but I didn't know I was out of bounds. The new neighbor came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at on the tour at work, and we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't work on Thanksgiving simply because I worked in retail management, upper management for Walmart for a good part of 20 years. You can all see why I'll never work another Thanksgiving in my entire life. So the next day was Black Friday. So called my partner up that I had at the time and told him what happened the day before Thanksgiving. Completely up to you, but we're going to stay out of the other tour's way when we get up and around the corner. Have you heard anything since we've been here?
Earlier I heard doctor, work, and friends when you're talking about
doctor, work, and friends. I like it. Anybody else hear anything? Okay. See, you're the star of the show right now. Check you out. All right. I know, right? So definitely get yours unmuted. Let's go talk about some rated R pirates. Let's do this. Did you get us lots and lots of pictures, by the way?
Yep.
that and the start of the show.
You are. The start of my show. Also, apparently, Emma, the police found Emma's wallet or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think so. By then I was like, well, how's Dad? Like, why would Dad get a phone call? Like, call
Trying to estimate.
what? I don't know.
I'll say this one.
We didn't get a green thing.
I think so.
we were talking about the pirate lady. Urban legend.
Wow.
22.
Like
That still makes
2022.
an extra layer where I get hot.
Recording. Record.
I'm hearing a lot of songs I like actually.
Oh, you got
knows.
lucky.
But it's only like sections and they're staticky.
Anybody else? How's our word
I
list coming?
had like I sound like church music, and then I had a God.
So that kind of confirms exactly what you heard. So notice she actually, what was the phrase you heard?
When
God.
When
Right?
you heard God.
God.
Yeah, so it was along the way here, as we get closer to St. Philip Church, we usually get a lot of either religious terms or, kind of church belly music type coming up. What was our last 3 words that came up?
Gallery, urban, and pinky.
Pinky? Sounds a lot like Pinkney, doesn't it? Yeah, very interesting. Charles, by the way, the husband is buried right across the street, so we will get an introduction to him every once in a while, so that might actually be it. We're going to find out if something else pops up around him and what I actually expect out of it. So EMF detectors, here's the weird thing about this space. Once we spread out and kind of cover the area, you'll notice these cars are going to start to leave, which is obviously out of the way when they're moving. But EMF, we have 2 electrical poles in the corners, so when you get up there, don't get too excited. And also the parking meters on the other side of those bushes will kind of make it go off up to a 3 to a 5. Normally on the back half is where I get excited about the EMF detectors. So kind of keep in mind, this is every ghost tour stops here too, but we're going to discuss the little building a little bit differently than they are. So that is the gunpowder magazine behind you. That's with the crosses up there on there. By the way, those are not crosses, those are earthquake bolts. If you're not from here and you don't know what an earthquake bolt is, it's a turnbuckle. It goes all the way through the roof. So if we have another earthquake, like what I talked about earlier, you can turn the turnbuckles and it's supposed to tighten the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. So it's a great idea, it just doesn't work. The only reason I bring those up is because it's part of the reason why we're here. Those earthquake bolts that you're looking at are the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in. The reason why is because that's the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. For those of you that watch the TV shows, you've seen that little Boo Buddy teddy bear contraption that they use to try to attract a child ghost. It's the same thing, simply because that teddy bear is familiar to the child ghost because it's a toy. This is familiar to Anne Bonny because it was being constructed at the same time as when she came here from Ireland. So we're here because this is a familiar. So the building, first off, you need to know, took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government? Small building, 10 years? No, not at all for all of you adults here. But anyway, kind of follow me. There's a few twists in this story. I will slow down on the twist to make sure you guys grab them. 1708, right in the middle of the construction of this, a young lady moves here from Ireland. Her name is Anne Cormac. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Is everybody with me so far? Okay, the 3 of them are running away from her father's angry wife. How pissed was she that they had to leave the country and come here by boat? Just pointing that out. Dad bought a plantation in Georgetown, that's between us and Myrtle Beach, and then Mom dies pretty quickly. He's sending young Anne at this point down here to Charleston to sell anything from the plantation to help keep things afloat. That's why we're here, familiar building. Now, Anne back home in Ireland was said to be a badass even back then. They say she killed a servant with a knife to the belly when Anne was only 7, 8, 9 years old. Remember, it's pirate lore and nothing is ever going to be exact. So, we have gotten the term servant's knife and belly from 3 different devices without the other 2 people knowing what was going on, just so you have that idea. Fast forward, the building is finished in 1713. Pirates are starting to come through town in 1715. Anne is pretty stoked. Here's why. First guy she's going to fall in love with is so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. It's a man's world at this point. And I said first guy because there's a handful, and that's what makes the story interesting, and we're going to cover them all. First guy is James Bonny. You already see where this one's going, right? You know her pirate name. They ran away to Jamaica. They got married. Anne Cormac is now Anne Bonny, famous female pirate. However, her new husband, James Bonny. I know history can be long and dry, but the Ivy Wall, just so you guys know, all leaves are in front of
Satan, Love, and Bell.
Wow. I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
my daughter. Okay.
Sorry. We went to a bar as we were doing something, we were getting something, and he said something weird, and I was like,
I never know.
No more bug spray?
I guess Satan, Love, and Bell are all churchy related.
Bro, I just want to sit down. Pretty young thing.
Again, I only asked the relationship because they're kind of.
Come on.
There's no way working up for sunrise tomorrow. It's like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna do it
Thursday?
the next day, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm about to record every single license plate in this thing. And Abby Perkins. Hello, Abby Perkins. Say hi. He said he sends all this to YouTube.
Hello.
Hi, YouTube. Come on, come this way. Hey. I want your love. Pretty young thing. Richie, do you want get bug spray?
Already did.
Get more.
It's not gonna help. I already have bug bites all over my ankles and my toes.
Oh, I got them all on the back of my knees. Oh, what time do you think it is?
I checked a couple minutes ago. It's like 10:07. So it's probably like 10:10. What is it?
10:11. Let's run away and go. Let's run back to the beach house.
Let's run to the car. Drive away.
Okay.
Leave him here with the ghost.
What kind of readings do you have? Anything? Again, I don't expect much out of here. Where'd you get the 5.2? That's pretty damn cool. Like, I'm actually excited about it. This is not the Pinkley Mansion site when it comes to EMF readings. So again, when we get anything, even little fives like that, like I'm like, woohoo! Like this is me excited by the way. I'm not that Vegas. So, what do you got?
Love, Satan, and Bell.
Satan. Oh, it's because it.
We get a lot of love terms. So Tammy, anything crazy going on with your EMF? Yeah. Don't expect a whole lot out of it. Alright, where's my other spirit boxes?
Sorry, I got CBS.
Yes.
I want to go to sleep.
What's back?
I want to go to sleep.
9.8.
Oh, we have to go to the police station.
Oh, we did.
Well, I probably do.
One of us has to go to the police station next.
What, like now?
After this.
Oh, yeah.
Who lost their wallet?
Oh, well, there's some metal on the ground there, bud.
I guess the Charleston police called the Fairlawn police and they went to her house. And, so then my mom started texting and calling.
Any robots hiding in
That makes sense.
Thanks. So I don't carry around the wallet.
Eat.
Yeah.
You could probably tell. Each. Because they're, but minus the P, it's just. Oh. Here's what it's. What was your name? Why is your name on this?
Bro's a goofball. Bro's blogging. Bro blogging on Facebook.
Bro's telling every detail of his life.
Bro's giving a life story.
Silly Vicky. She already picking all the yellow pieces.
Let's record everybody.
yeah, get her meat shield. Oh, meat shield. What? Actually, I kind of give up on this. I'm not really it.
Right in the eye.
I heard Tide.
Wow. It's like the beat.
It was
What
a
do you
Tide Pod commercial.
Oh.
Tammy, what about you?
Fire truck.
Hey, do you want a selfie
Man.
with our ghost hunting equipment?
Yes.
There's a ghost in
It can be our. Oh no.
Tammy's picture.
Is there a shadow?
Ghost hunting L. Ghost hunting W. Ghost. Ghost behind you. I got him on the recording. 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Behind me? I want to
You
sit down.
might want to look behind you.
Why is there nowhere to sit down in this place?
Raw. I could have a little. Oh wait, hold on, that's gonna hurt my knee. It's going to dirt.
Red are. You already know the answer. I know, but like.
Ready? Sit. Pop a squat.
Ooh.
I've been recording for 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
Wow.
A little bit. All the rocks going into my. Jesus! Woo!
They're all
Woo!
gone that way.
Woo!
Cemetery.
Voice of the war. They knew he was a poet. They wanted him to tell everybody what was going on in the battlefield. So he did. The poetry gave him the title the Laureate of the Confederacy. So for us Raiders, that's a pretty prestigious title in case you were wondering. But anyway, a few years go by and he has a son. That son's name is Willie. He was born on Christmas Eve and he dies 9 months later. Very tragic death, obviously for him and his wife Katie. So you can answer everything that you're hearing in real time. Remember to speak. So, Jeremy, you're going to have to...
Why are you laughing at me?
You're going to have to stay pretty close,
They
Jeremy, because
literally
there's going to be
became
two
best
signals you
friends
need to
in
know.
5
But what's
minutes.
happening in your house, he's going to
Literally.
tap you on the leg.
Don't sit
That means
down.
we're done. If
Sure.
he's tapping you on the shoulder, you're too loud. Tone it down.
Oh.
Yeah, remember, we can hear you. So again, most people put their earbuds in and they start screaming. So you're obviously going to be able to hear us. So we'll just tell you when we're done. I'm also going to be keeping an eye on both of your breathing just to make sure like everybody's okay. I have had to pull people out of this in the past from hyperventilation. It can be a little oversensitive for some people. So if that happens, you'll get the tap on the leg. And Olivia, obviously, will just say you need to take that headset off. So if I feel like anything's going wrong. You can also answer in yes/no answers. You have no idea what I'm asking. So if you hear a yes/no, tell us in real time. Remember to talk. A lot of people put those earbuds in and they forget to tell us what they're hearing. They think we're going to be, that kind of thing. I'm only going to keep you under for 10 minutes. Any more than that, you get a little more disoriented than what I'm comfortable with. So 10 minutes will be the cutoff time. I'm going to set up your phone so that way you can actually see what's going on here. I kind of gave them a basic gist of how this device actually works. So you're going to do blindfold first, then the earbuds, and you're not going to touch your spirit box once you get it to a comfortable volume. I want to make sure you're not cheating and hearing my questions, if that makes sense. So go ahead and put your blindfold on, then earbuds. She's already broken the rules already. Put the earbuds on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to take them out.
You're okay. Wherever you're comfortable with. I just try to make it comfortable for you. Once this gets set up, I'll slide it into the headset, and then you put that over top of your head.
Do I put these on?
If you can.
Scared of turkey.
Okay. I don't know if I can or not. We'll see.
Yeah, you might actually have to help out with that.
Possibly. I don't know.
Again, most of the time family members have to help out.
Ow.
tell her.
As I say, she's gone. She's nothing. She's
independent.
That.
So Claire, can you hear us? Claire, can you hear us? Your adjustments, you need to make any adjustments. There's a dial right here for this way, and then underneath just two little thumb pieces to move it forward and backward. Alright, so I will also not be like handwriting anything down so that way I can stay focused on their breathing and making sure everybody's okay. Just a nice guy. Am I the nice guy? Spirit boxes, are you guys listening in too? Yeah, definitely listening.
Open till midnight.
We're not staying here till midnight.
Ghosts aren't real.
Whoever's here, give me something specific
Attack.
about you.
Summer.
The coldest area.
Reason we don't.
You need to give me something a little bit more specific. Show us an image. Give us the words that we, a good description for you. Something you've gone through. Is the state of Rhode Island relevant to you? This young lady said that state earlier.
As again. All the time.
Are you from Rhode Island? That's a yes/no answer, please.
Be honest.
I need to be honest. I want to get answers from you. Can you tell us your first name? I'd like to verify she's here, please.
It's like a field report.
Keep going with it. What's it look like?
It's a bunch of grass.
Anything in that grass?
Either a tree or like a path. Grass.
We have Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd here. Family. Which part of family are we supposed to be discussing?
July.
Trap. Record.
Eyes.
We get a lot of them. He said eyes. And we get a lot of things about not seeing.
C. I just got C. So, but that's a stretch because C.
Open late.
I know, right?
Cash.
Is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd here with us? I know your house is nearby. We only got about a minute left. Whoever's here, last chance to give us a message.
Forever.
Last chance. Anything?
One.
Dr. Ladd or Henry Timrod, whoever's here, we're about to say goodnight. Can you say goodnight back to
Not
us?
paid.
Can you say goodnight back to us? We're going to end this. We're all going to go home.
Rain.
Lydia, still nothing. Rolla, anything on your end?
I got a K, but definitely.
Okay, we're going to call it. Have a good night, Mr. Timrod. stop recording. So.